First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. They find some open field here. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Mike, 19! 42! You ain't got nothing! You ain't got nothing!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And drive number 1 for them was a punt. We'll see what drive number 2 holds here.
And oftentimes you think to yourself, okay, second possession, let's go ahead and open things up. Let's get a little bit crazier on offense. Maybe it wasn't a matter of that. Maybe they just missed a block or two. Maybe they had the right plays called. Sometimes it's just the execution. Let's see if they can execute a little bit better on this drive.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To throw, it's Allen. Airing one out for Boyd. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 1st down, McKinnon again. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage.
At the 31-yard line. Here we go. 6 yards. 56. Time to go. Night, night.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. George. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Chubb running right. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Like 40. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 1st down, Allen eluding the pressure right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
A toss play to Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on 2nd down, George. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd down, McKinnon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Watch it.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
1st down, Packers.
Let's go now. Hey, we want this.
On 1st down, McKinnon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. George. That is caught inside the 5. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the eye.
Mike 54.
They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Allen. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Strong run, but they get to him just beyond the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Throwing on first down. George. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 56.
To throw again. George. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. On first down, George. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Back to the air on 2nd down. George. He's got this one complete to Perriman. A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
56, man. 56. Here I come. Shit.
Back to throw. George. This one into the hands of Hurd. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
6 yards. And it's third down.
56 is the mark. 56 is the mark. And we heavy on the edges. Mark 56. Mark 56. Yo.
Throwing on 3rd and long. George. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jerick McKinnon. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready,
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's Kelsey on the ground. 27 yards there, a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Switch.
They'll run on first down. McKinnon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Going for Hurd on the deep ball, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, George. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Powers ahead at the 45. And just a 30-yard punt that time. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a second, third quarter in Indy. And the Colts adding to their total as they're able to stretch their lead in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. He's going to rifle one deep left into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Wide, get wide. Check.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I'm not so crazy about where they decided to run that play, but I like the play itself because if you continue to run it and show it, you're going to create openings that you hope to exploit later in the game.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They're on to the second half now down in Miami. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. On 1st down, McKinnon, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Set, hut. Now the wolf. 6, right there, 56. Not ready. Set.
Off play action. George. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, George. Open man is heard. It's complete. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On 1st and 10, George. He finds McKinnon, complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
56, right there.
2nd and 9 now. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
56, Mike, 56. Switch up. Check 9. Mike's 56.
third and short, McKinnon. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They'll try with McKinnon. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Check 24, check 24.
On 3rd down, McKinnon. Yeah, boy, that hole closed quickly, and I don't think McKinnon got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. So we got man.
On 4th down, George. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jesse James, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Allen now on 1st down, trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Kill.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Kill. Motion.
will look to throw for it on fourth. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Allen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Back. Hatch it.
They run it again with Chubb. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Saints on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Allen shedding the tackle. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The drive starts with a completion left side, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, George. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taylor now returning it. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run. Chubb. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
From the contact. Results in a 4th down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Throwing now is Allen. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 50, Mike, 50. Let's get the ball. Slam.
Throwing on 1st down. George. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Tighten up.
Looking to throw. George under pressure again, and down he goes again. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Green Bay, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2.